It's week 5 of the...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown.
Yeah, his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 14 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
As always, priority number 1 for them is to secure the win this week. But priority number 2, this guy right now who is 6th in the league in rushing. They want to give him that push to get him into the top 5 and really earn their status of being one of the best ground games in the NFL, as well as him being one of the lead backs, too.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. But you look at this defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Back to throw again. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it in. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring on 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
It's caught, Lockett. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try to protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Oh, good return up past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Oilers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They go with Chubb, and it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This is taken around the 12.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. When you look at this defense, this unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier in this first quarter that they were able to retain, but this time, not as fortunate.
No, not at all. And you and I know that the coach right now on the sideline, that's what he's saying to him. Look, I get a fumble every now and then, but 2 in the first quarter, that can't happen anymore. We've got strict ball security from here on out.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 53 yards. And the Oilers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense. And I think the ball's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. After one, a 14-3 ball game. It's our home team with possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Young now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
On 2nd down, Young again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Young on 3rd down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd down. Dawson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Dawson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dawson. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. This one, he stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 33, here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Dawson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Dawson. And he will find his man on the outside. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Dawson. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Off play action. Dawson can't get away, and he's taken down. Brian Burns, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
That's 3. Much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Dawson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, Dawson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Dawson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. 1st and 10 here. If they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Dawson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. One final go for this offense here in this first half.
Here we go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Ready?
They go play action. Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Black shot.
Young to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Crawford. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Young off the play fake. Sliding out of the pocket. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that first down pickup.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
That open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Final play of the half. Young. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we are at halftime. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. There he goes, left side. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. But this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Young's throw taken in by Chark. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First and 10, Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Crawford. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Oilers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Olave holds it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. And trouble trying the middle here. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Dawson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Brian Burns, his 2nd sack of the night.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Bryce Young and the offense out for their next series. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed,
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Young to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Young. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now it's Lockett. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Saints.
And again, it's Chubb. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Dawson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him. Back now here on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third and forever. Operating from the gun, Dawson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Brian Burns bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And Sharp pulls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. First down, Young. Throw left side complete. That's Crawford. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Now Young. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Oilers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Once again, out comes the Saints offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back to throw. Dawson. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Saints 1st down.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He gets that one complete to Wicks. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. On play action, Young. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Off the play fake, Young. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Ready, set.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
That is caught. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, it's Young. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. Throwing to start the drive. Dawson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to throw on second down. Dawson finds his man. That's Olave on the crossing route. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That's Olave bringing in another one. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Dawson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Young here to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile,